survive, the clock hits 8. No filters here, just talk that straight. Laugh so loud, they can shake the gate. Facebook fam always pulling their weight. We hit live, roll out the streets, we roam. Truth in the mic, we don't play clone. Real ones know this is where it's grown. No bravado, just a real top zone. No bravado, that's the code. We go live and we unload. Real talk flows, never slows. Facebook crew, that's the road. No bravado, no disguise. Tuesday nights, we energize. Truth and laughter, we baptize. Tune in fam, we're on the rise.
Good evening, No Bravado Massive. How are you today? How are we? Hello, Sugar.
Hello, lovey.
How you doing?
I'm not
Yay! Hello. Oh, let me add spotlight. I didn't think they were going to turn up today because Carl's been ghosting me, boy. I feel like, you know when you feel like the side chick that's just been ghosted? Like, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? Can't get a phone call, can't get a return call. No, anyway, but he's here. So welcome, Spotlight.
Evening,
How are
ladies.
you? How are we? How's everything going?
Good. It's
Good.
been busy, man. Today work. But good. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we could be fine. It's quiet because it's kind of like the half term as well. So yeah, January can be busy, but then can be quiet as well. So, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm not complaining. Yeah, one of those ones. Half term. When's half term? Is it February?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
February when, Nat?
It's always the week of my birthday or the week after. So it will be the week starting the 16th, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, but you're not going to be here for your birthday though, so we can't even do nothing for Black Excellence, can we?
No.
So you're out of here. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that off air. So, I wanted to talk to you about this this book that you've written.
Yeah.
This work that you've written. But before we do that, I wanted to show something. Let me just share my screen just to say big up to all you single mums watching. This really touched my heart. So I want to show you guys this. A young man on TikTok. Share screen.
Don't let me disturb you. No, actually, work late.
Sorry, I'm just sharing.
Yeah, no worries.
UK ever goes to war, send the single moms first. Send them first because they are our strongest soldiers. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I'm joking. I'll go to war first, but fam, you single moms just breathe different. I can't lie. Because how is my mom raising 2 kids by herself, yeah? 1 income and no other parent in the household? Like, fam, you have to respect it because I can't even look after my baby cousins for 2 hours without getting stressed thinking like, yo, I can't do this shit. You have to provide for them by yourself here. You have to cook for them by yourself. You have to make sure they're doing decent at school by themselves. How the fuck do you even do that? Because on paper, that's statistically impossible. I'm not gonna lie. On top of that, they have to keep the yard tidy as well, fam. I'm not gonna lie. There should be a separate Mother's Day for just the single moms, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because they have to work 10 times harder than normal parents. I'm not gonna lie. But if you come from a single parent household, send your parent this video or repost it just to let them know that you actually appreciate every single thing they've done for you in this life. Because I can't lie, bro, deep in it now, that shit was fucking hard for my mom. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, the way that touched my heart, I couldn't even,
That's so sweet.
it's so nice to see a young person acknowledge that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was really, really touched to see that. So yeah, I wanted to say big up to the single mums. I don't have any children, but I come from a single parent household. I knew it was tough just by watching, by being in environment, and then watching everybody else around me that are single parents, I know it can be tough out there. So it
Yeah.
was just so nice to see a young man acknowledge that. Hi, Angela, how you doing?
Yeah. Hi.
Kaporo, I don't know who that is.
Hi, is it Bacon Pro -16N?
Yeah, this is where my dyslexia plays up because I'm not. What does this mean? What is it? Remember, it took me ages when the guy's name's Kill and Go. Kill and
What
Go
would you
MC
Yeah.
Joe, killing all kinds of nonsense. When it's just literally kill and go. But hey, I digress.
right?
So
Hmm.
Share
you're done
that.
sharing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I don't know, Charlene, if you'd be able to see some of the interview questions as well, so we can, rotate, and then I can share and whatever as well. But
Cool.
yeah, well done for this, Natalie. I
Thank
must say,
you.
well done for this. So you've written a workbook called The Middle. First question, what inspired you to create a reflective journal, especially for women entering their 40s?
Um, where do I even start? Because I feel like
Real talk.
I've had
Let's
such a
just lay it out on.
chaotic. And when I say chaotic, I don't just mean externally. I mean internally. Chaotic last few years of feeling just all over the place, unsettled, not feeling great, just not feeling like I'm living how I should, if that makes sense, or living up to my potential, feeling low, and then beating myself up because I'm feeling low, and I'm not living up to certain things, and just feeling confused about so many things. So feeling
Right.
like extremely overwhelmed and just whatever. And a lot of people, including you, said, "Oh my gosh, 40 is just different. Like it's a different animal. Like you feel so different at 40. You become stronger. You become all these things." And I got it. I heard it. A lot of people said it, but I think when you feel all over the place, I think there's a part of you that thinks, "Well, how can I just go from feeling like that to that just because of that age?" Do you know what I mean? Why? How will I go from feeling like that on February the 13th to feeling like this on February the 14th?
Yeah.
And I just didn't know why I felt how I felt. Nothing made sense. And I think there's one thing where you don't feel great about yourself, or you're not feeling good, or you feel all over the place. But there's another thing when you don't know why. Different type of confusion. And you have like, you almost get mad at yourself. There's insecurities in that. There's just so much that goes into that. And I started off the year like, I want this year to be different. I don't want to live the same year that I've lived the last few years. I just want to feel different. It was more about how I felt. And last year was great, and then it wasn't great. And then I think when I went through the period of the year where it wasn't great, I really had a moment to just kind of sit in it. This time I was just like, okay, I'm not running from it. I'm just sitting in it. It's uncomfortable and I hate it, but this is how I feel. I cried. I don't cry. But I allowed myself to feel, and I think throughout that process, I just had a better understanding, and I came out of it without even realizing that I came out of it, and I felt stronger. And I think in this journal, as I was going through that process, even though this process took me a few months, these are things that I've been processing for years.
Right.
But it was like they just started to make, it was like clarity around these things for the first time when I went through that really shitty phase, last year, when I was in that not very nice place, that I was able to make sense of things. I spent a bit of time in like isolation, and things just started to make sense. And I think when things started to make sense, the more it made sense, the more I felt empowered. And I realized that it made sense because I had to ask these questions and I had to answer them honestly.
Okay.
Right.
And then it's the first time I answered them honestly without shame. So, oh my God, I'm wallowing in it and just like, okay, this is what it's been, this is what it's going to be. And so I do think that there's factors that went into that, but I do think that getting to this place in my life, the middle 40, it obviously plays a big part in getting to this moment. And when you're feeling like that and feeling so discombobulated, you can feel very alone, or you feel like a mad person. You feel like you're the only person that feels that. So you either don't share it at all or only share it with a few, and sometimes you can't even articulate it. So it's good to have those questions, I think, and journal it down. And I feel like since I've been sharing this on social media, I've come to realize that so many people are going through the same exact sort of feelings, and it's wild to me. I really felt like an alien in this thing.
Yeah.
You feel like you're. So one thing one thing that stuck with me that really got me through the negative thinking about myself is don't believe everything that you think. And I think that's such a powerful statement. And every time it's not every negative thing I think about myself is wrong either. Sometimes it's right. It's bang on the money. But it's just like really rationalizing it. And so when I was asking myself these questions, anytime I had like a negative thought, I was like, don't believe everything you think. Think about it properly. Like, do you know what I mean? Critical thinking. Don't automatically go to the negative thing. And it's just helped me get through. And I'm not a journaler at all.
Yeah. Someone give me everyone comment under this live in the group, please. Whoever, not you, Natalie. Charlene, you do it. But keep talking. Not a journaler. So, what made you? This is how I interview. You lot know me. I'll have to set questions and then go off on a tangent.
It's fine.
What made you decide to start journaling then?
Because it's something I haven't done. I've been advised to do it. I think you've even advised me to do this before as well, like to journal it a few times. And it's not anything I've done. And like I said, sometimes even now, like I will waffle the fuck because I'm not always great at explaining things and articulating exactly how I feel or what I'm thinking. And it was just the perfect way for me to do it. And again, to just release it without any shame. And the more that I doing that, the more confident I feel in how I feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because when you're writing, it gives you an opportunity to think about what it is that you're actually saying. And if you're asking questions to yourself and you're thinking about it and you're writing it down, then it's a good opportunity to really kind of cleanse and really get your thoughts out on paper. So journaling works for me. I've always been big on writing, but that's my favorite form of communication. Writing. I feel like I'm a much stronger communicator in writing than I am verbally. So journaling's always worked for me.
Yeah.
All right. Second question. You describe 40 as a time of clarity and deeper self-trust. What moment or experience shifted this for you?
God, there's been a few, but I definitely had to go through a challenging time last summer, and I had to make the choice whether to do what was comfortable or what was easy, or to do a really, 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 really hard thing that I know made sense.
We're twinning. I just realised we're twinning. But really hard things that make sense.
Yeah, so I had the choice whether to coast in that situation because it was comfortable, it was a safe feeling, or to go through the trenches and do the right thing. And I went through the trenches and did the right thing, and I felt like shit. But there wasn't one moment where I didn't think it was the right thing. Even through all the feelings that I had, even through all the I never thought it was the wrong thing that I was doing.
Right.
That's what I knew. I was willing to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was willing to do what because I chose me first.
Yeah. That part.
And I think coming out of that as well kind of really kind of solidified my feelings of no, what I say goes with me. Not going to let other things like infiltrate it. It just gives you a different level of confidence, I think, in what you're saying, and what you've got to trust what you're saying and what you're doing, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. All right, next question. You wrote that the middle isn't about becoming, it's about noticing. What does noticing mean to you now?
Noticing means, like I said, having them very honest conversations with yourself. So, no, I'm not going to say I'm all healed and I'm here to teach. This isn't a journal of me preaching. It's not a journal of me teaching. I'm not life coaching nobody. Yeah. That's not what this is. Yeah. I'm literally here like, rah. This is what I've noticed. This is where I am in my life. This is my age. This is what I'm clocking. This is what I'm stepping into. Are you coming? Are you noticing the same things? If you're not, it's fine. Are we all noticing the same things? So it's more of a journey together. I'm not the teacher. Yeah. I'm just the student that's putting my hand up and asking the questions in the class.
Yeah.
And we figure it out together. But I am definitely not the teacher standing up there. I'm figuring it out. So noticing is, for me, is the awareness. So I haven't got it all figured out. There's things that I know and that I'm aware of, and I still don't do what I should need to do because I'm not there. But I have awareness now. I'm more sure of things, and I think that's the main step of becoming isn't doing all, this work. It's noticing, because you all these things are making sense now only because I've clocked them for myself, if that makes sense. And I think that's where the power is: realizing, noticing, becoming more aware, things making
Being
sense.
honest about where you're at as well. Like, I think it's very, very easy to sit in your bullshit and not be honest and fill things up and and just coast along in a romanticized version of something that's happening when actually it's this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just being honest about what that is. The only way you shed, the only way you level up. So
Hold on. It took me 1 second.
Oh. Every week.
What foolishness! Always on stuff.
Have you got the telly on in the background? Someone's got the telly on in the background. I can hear something.
Sorry, I just turned it there. Sorry.
What is it?
No, the TV. I thought you was turned down low. I've just turned it down. My
Okay.
TV, you can hear. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, all I can say is okay, because I'm like, okay. Why did you choose to make the journal non-linear, where readers can jump in and out freely?
That's literally how I operate. That I am not like, that's not me. I'm this person. And I know how you can feel all the way up here one day and then feel like you've gone 10 steps back another day. I know that you can be in this, and I don't necessarily, the way my brain works, my things don't necessarily go in order. Do you get what I mean? So I might think, Instead of me going from this to this to this to this, I'll go from this to this to that to this to that. That's how my brain works. And I think a lot of people's brain works like that. And I think if you're going to be really honest in the journal to yourself, because you've got no one to hold yourself accountable to yourself, you've got to be able to come in and out when you please. You can't think to yourself, oh shit, I can't go back to that, because I might have been thinking about one thing last week. I've wrote it down. I've come back 6 months later. I started thinking about it again, but my thoughts have changed.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Or there's this question you've asked me here. I'm not there yet. Come and check on me later on.
Okay,
I don't know.
makes sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Makes
Like
sense.
this is not. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that right now. There's questions in there that I've put that I've asked myself that I don't know the answer to. It's empty. When I get there, I fill it in. I've asked, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'll be real with you. So you've got to have the freedom to fill it out however your brain works. And the only way that's going to happen is if it's done in a way, like I said, like you said, non-linear, where you can just jump in and out freely as you need to.
Right. Yeah. And imagine we work quite well together, and we're the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Me linear boy. I'm so methodical.
Yeah.
So we're just complete opposites. It's wild
I
how
feel like it's true, because when if I'm working like that, I feel confined, like I've been put in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
Right.
It literally kills my creativity.
Yes.
So, but then you're different. It will absolutely send you into space to work how I work.
There's no structure.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I say you thrive on that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
a methodical person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, there's like lots of this ADHD talk popping up all over the place for a lot of us Black women and men. And I've taken some tests, and there's a high probability that I'm ADHD, and I'm like, oh, okay. That would explain a lot in terms of. I haven't done it officially. I should have done it when it was free. Part of me don't really want to know. And the other part of me wants to know, because I'm like, it might help connect the dots. Why my brain is the way it is. Like, literally, if I say we're doing something every other week, and then this is going to happen this week, and this is going to happen this week, it's like perfect example, when we was doing Archway Market, and we was going to do something the last Friday of the month, and then it couldn't. Someone said, but you might be able to do it.
It was me. I said, it's our team. We can do it another day too. He was like, oh
yeah.
Do it on this day. So it has to be on this day. Like, it's wild. But this does teach me because you're right, there are going to be questions that you need to think about. But then there is a danger of like, okay, well, I don't have the answer to this yet. And then just stopping in your tracks and then not going back to it. So it's good to be able to. I sent you the link, Shah. Did you buy it?
It's in my I haven't bought it yet. It's in I went to go get it and I was distracted, but I'm gonna get it.
It's really interesting.
Buy my journal, nigga. I'm joking.
It is. Even at the age of 40 as well, that was what, a year after my mum passed,
right,
and that just threw me into a total, the movies where you're just in this big old circle, you're just in there, you're just like, what is going on, kind of thing. And I was like, okay, what do you like? What do you want to achieve? Where are you at in life? How are you going to do it? And everyone was crazy. It's like, I said, why are you going to Birmingham? It's so far away. I'm like, because I need to be by myself. And some people are like, okay, when something major happens, they need to have everyone around them. I'm the total opposite. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm not the thought of having to communicate and to tell you how I feel when I don't know myself is not going to happen. and it was like the light bulb just went off. Right, you
Yeah.
got 2 years to sort your shit out now.
Yeah.
Because I was spoiled. My mum just spoiled me, and yeah, I just had to get my life sorted out. It's
Yeah.
not working out in relationships. What do you like? And when it comes to putting my home together, I remember saying to this, oh, what do you think of this table? And she went, what do you think of it? And I was like, I never asked you that question. I asked you, what do you think of it?
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's not my home. So I get it when you get to certain milestone. Yes, it's for me, it was a case of asking a lot of questions to myself that I never asked before.
Yeah. That's the thing,
And
innit?
yeah. So being able to, as she said, being able to go back to certain questions that maybe questions that you've never experienced, so you can't answer that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave this here for a little while. When I have experienced it, or when I have got more time to think about it, then I can go back to it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, which reflective question in the journal resonated most deeply with you during the writing process?
What do I care about now more than I used to, or something like that? Look at me not remembering it, but it's something. Something them lines there, because I've realised, without realising it over the years, the things I crave are so different to the things that were important to me before.
Example?
I feel like I really, and I still do, I love my relationships with my friends and family, and I love like when I had relationships, you know, I was really like a lover girl in my relationships. And when, just like everything outside of me and community was very important to me.
Right.
And I feel like over the last few years, because I've had to spend so much time with myself internally, because when I do feel like shit, I don't go out, I don't do this, I don't do that, I do keep to myself. And I think when you do spend so much time with yourself, you realize you don't look after yourself.
Yeah.
You don't look after yourself. And it made me sad this year. That made me feel really sad. So I really kind of homed in last year on my household, them 3 people in the house, and my, like, really kind of trying to look after myself mentally first. I still got to stop drinking Coke. Give me a minute. But like, there's different things on myself that I'm actively working on, because now when I think about not looking after myself, it actually makes me feel sad, whereas it didn't before.
That's a huge shift.
That's a huge shift. Now it upsets me, if that makes sense. It makes me feel, oh no, I've cried about it before, turning into a right crybaby.
You need to. Like, you can't even say I love you. It's so bizarre. Tears are good. Tears are good for release.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, pent up, like, they keep throwing this word cortisone, or whatever it is around, and stress and all of the rest of it.
It's
all of the
annoying.
rest of it. But, you know, that's been around for ages. It's pent up feelings. Oh, look at Miss Simpson. Hello, gorgeous. She's so cute. But, it's pent up feelings stress can cause a lot of damage, from hair loss to cancer to strokes to
remember my skin
all kinds of stuff.
last year.
Yeah, flare up in the skins and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, flare up in the skin is the least of it. So tears is good. So
Yeah.
don't beat yourself up for that.
Just
Yeah.
stop it. Stop ugly
Why?
crying. I don't know.
No.
Do you know what it is? I'm like, sometimes I'm like,
Did you hear her? Stop ugly crying, bitch. Like, why are you like this?
because I always feel like I got things to do. I remember I had Shine young, and when I had her young at 17, I've never had the chance to think about myself as a teenager. So even in your teenage years where you're supposed to be the most selfish, hey,
Good evening, darling.
I didn't have that experience. I've never, and so for someone whose mind that works very ADHD like mine anyway, hey girl, hey Miss Simpson, I never have had the time to stop to think. So in my teenage years, well, late teenage years, because I had her at 17. That was that. That was my focus, because my focus after I had her is I'm not going to be a typical mum. So I worked until I was 9 months pregnant, had her, went back to work in the solicitors at 17. 3 months later, when she was 3 months, and before me, they never had an admin team. I worked in the reception. I created that solicitors firm's admin team at 17 years old. We were 3 months old. And now that solicitor's still running, they have an admin team, but they had people do. Before it was the solicitors and the secretaries that were doing everything.
Yeah.
I was just on reception doing thingy, but then I created the admin team. So all the admin I did. Then we got apprentices. We spoke about a friend of mine from my old school that was doing an apprentice doing admin and suggested that they work with. Then they teamed up with someone, and then they put me as a senior admin, and they just left me in charge of reception and all the admin at a young age. And that for me, that's what I'm thinking about at 17. I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about, I've had a daughter young. I need to show her something different, and I don't want to be a typical teen mum, what it looks like in my area anyway. And my whole life was based, I think, on proving that I got this. Even at this young age, I got it. And I think I never stopped. So to me, when someone said, have you done this for yourself? I ain't got time. Then I met the boys' dad. We got together, we got engaged, then I had the boys. So then there was 10 years later after that. I've now got 3 kids. I'm busier. I definitely ain't got time to think about me. Then me and their dad split up. I definitely do not have time to think about me. Then I've got my own emotions that I've never dealt with, because I've never had a minute to sit there with it. And the few times where that minute, I feel like that minute has come over me, because I'm Mrs. Strong and independent, no, we're not doing that. Do you know what I mean? So it's always just been like, get on with it, get on with it, get on with it, get on with it, get on with it. And I think the last few years, my literal spirit was like, I can't get on with any motherfucking thing else. Like, there's absolutely no more. You're going to have to absolutely go and have a mental or you're going to have to figure this out, because there's absolutely not much more I can do. I can hold up and kind of keep you going. So I think the last good few years in particular, I think it's all really like, it's been me battling it. Me battling everything that I've always kind of suppressed my whole life, and kind of just not facing things I don't want to face. I'm like I've got a choice. Just like, no.
Yeah.
Not today, Satan. Not this month, Satan. Not this year. I'm not dealing with that right now. That's too much. Right. I've got shit to do. I've got things to do. But in the end, it catches up with you until it
catches up with you. You have to address it.
It sits you down and addresses you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. Because 2 years before this, I've been saying, okay, I have a problem. I don't I suppress my stuff, and you know, I get really low sometimes, and I don't feel great sometimes, and I need to do this. Don't do it. And I feel like I had no choice this year but to kind of sit with it, and do that. And I think because of my age and the milestone that I've hit as well, there was a bit of me that's like, I've lived long enough now to know that I'm not doing that for the next half. Or the next, not doing it. So,
got less years on the earth than we have more, so it's you owe it to yourself to be good to yourself and to live.
like me.
And I think we as a community really have a problem accessing our feelings and
Yeah.
and looking after our mental health. I think as a community on a whole. I mean, I was having a conversation with a friend about men's mental health, because he was saying that he doesn't think that there's a safe space for men's mental health, for men to really express how they feel without
Yeah.
being called wet or a simp or this or that. I was talking to my mum about like homosexuality and the way that, you know, things are viewed in our community. And in 2026, it's still not a safe space for people to just come out and be gay. Like, I would say, you know, it was the conversation come up because when we was in Bucharest, Shasha, we was watching Keita Rose, and because I love Keita Rose, I think she's flipping brilliant.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. She's to the point. She says what she's got to say. I just love Keita Rose. So we was watching her anyway, and she was talking about men on the down low, and the kind of damage that can do because they don't really want to be with these women. So they're angry. They take out they're horrible to these women. They serial cheat. They manipulate, and actually, you just want to be with a man. And it's like for someone to go through that. I'm not saying what they do to us isn't wrong. Don't get because it is. But could you imagine living in that caged hell just because you don't have a safe space? It's not safe for us to be gay. It's not safe for us to talk about mental health. It's just ludicrous. So I think for me, I'm a real big mental health. I was forced to really take care of my mental health when my favorite brother died in 2002. Brink of insanity there, I would say, or even probably in it, like, and just not even realizing. And then fast forward to 2008 when my two remaining siblings died within 6 months of each other. I just don't know how I'm sitting here speaking to you lot because it was the most harrowing time of my life. I had to I had to do I had to dress I had to do their makeup. Each one of them I had to do their makeup. So you feel them ice cold. Do you know what I mean? Roger, when he died, he looked like he was sleeping. It was only when you touched him and you felt that he was ice cold. It's like, fucking hell. Like, this is happening. This is actually happening. So,
sorry, I'm seeing this live on my Instagram. I've got my phone facing the laptop.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how else to do it. I've just clocked it. So, yeah.
Okay. I've got to figure out how to do it live on Instagram because Instagram gets no love.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so you go through all of that.
Yeah.
And then when you say out loud, actually, I think I need some grief counselling, the question that sparks back is what for? The counsellors need counselling themselves. That's the attitude. Because we come from a long line of strong people that just had to get on with it. But with that comes strokes, with that comes, higher blood pressure, diabetes, all of these things because we refuse to look at our mental health. So again, I say well done to you.
Thank you.
Next question, Shasha, can you see it? Do you want to ask?
Yes. What expectations in your life did you realize were never truly yours to begin with? Oh,
Question.
That's the question that I haven't answered. So I know this question's in my journal, but this is the question that I haven't answered yet, because I think there's a few, and I think I have to really think about this one properly. I think I grew up in a very religious household, and I think that certain things within that, those were definitely not my expectations in life to begin with. But I think saying that, not even on a religious front, but in a relationship with God front, I've come around a bit full circle in this journey as well, like how I look at things and how I see things. So I think that was definitely one. And I think like a really kind of blanket answer is just the expectation that a lot of us have growing up. Like, if you do this, if you work hard, if you put your head down and you do this, you'll achieve this, you'll achieve that. This is the dream that I think millennials and all of us before, everyone before that, was sold. So we did the study, we did the jobs, we sat through the shitty jobs where people were treating you bad. Yeah, you did this, you did that. You did everything that you was told you were supposed to do in order to get far in life, and it got a lot of us nowhere. And then you kind of realize that was never my aim in the fucking first place, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not what I was trying to do anyway. Like, why did I follow this for so long? Like, why have I been following this structure for so long? This was never me. Thank you, Jack Star. Sorry, I've got a comment here from Jack Star that says I'm going to jump onto the live on YouTube. Thank you, my darling. So yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of expectations from I don't know. I think I had expectations of living a certain life. Yes, I'm a single mum. No, it's not ideal, but I'd rather be a single mum than being something that I'm not supposed to. And living a certain life, yes, that is the structure. Yes, that is the thing. But at what cost? Like, that is not. I'm not going to go and do that just to live a certain life, or just to live, the life that's expected of women. Or, just to say that I've got the husband and the kids.
Yeah, that part.
Like, these are not something that I believe in anyway. I believe you should be in a loving marriage and have a loving family but if it ain't that, it ain't that. I think I also have the belief that you'd be all right on your own if you can't get that, and that it's worse to be in something that's not like that. So I think all these expectations that are on us, not just in our families, but society as women, as Black women, as well, there's a lot of expectation of us. We have got to walk into everywhere so humbly in order to be understood. We've got to come in with our tail between our legs, like we've done something wrong before we've even done something wrong.
Yep.
We have got to answer to everyone about our hair, whether we wear it natural, whether we wear it permed, whether we have extensions, whether we shave it bald, whether we put eyelashes on, whether we do. Fuck off. I'm at the stage where I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. If something feels right for me and it's good for me and my family, I'm going to do it. And what anyone else thinks or expects from here on, I can't help you.
I think as well, society has a thing has a way of making you feel that there's a set way of how to be in life. As you said, you got to finish school, find your perfect job, find your perfect husband, and have 2.4 kids and this big house and a dog. It's not. It's a fairy tale, and I think some people can get depressed by thinking, okay, right, I've got 2 or 3 kids. I'm not with a kid dad no more. My life isn't worth anything, and
Yeah.
comparing themselves to something that a lot of people don't have, that
Yeah.
just because society says you should have it, and it's wrong.
And to be fair, look at society. Fuck society. Like, who the fuck are we taking advice from at this point? This place
Yeah.
is shambles. I'm sorry to swear.
Yeah.
But this place is a shambles. At this point, there's absolutely nothing for no one to look up to. Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guide to follow. Look at the state of everyone that's actually running things.
Yeah.
Just do what you're doing. We've got ChatGPT life coaches. We've got AI. Fucking do what you're doing, because no one knows is out here doing, like, everyone's out here just, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to just be able to be like, you know what? I think what I've learned is you've got to get to the point where you believe in you and what you're thinking, and you trust in you and your process and what you're putting forward and what you want to put out there and what you want to get from whatever you're doing. And the noise, you just have to tune it out.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the expectations of life, I've never been maternal.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think I probably would be a good mum now looking back at it, but it's just never been. And I remember having a conversation with a guy, and he was like, well, you're like a waste. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, women are here to give birth. And if you're not giving birth, then what are you doing? Well, if I give birth to somebody like you, then what am I doing? Like, do you know what I mean? We can look at it both ways here, because you're a dickhead. But the expectations of you know, like, even in friend circles, like, you lot know I spend a lot of time, I'll argue back and forth about the double standards of high body counts, right? All day long. But you know, I will sit here for years on top of years on top of years. I don't even know what I'm arguing for.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I will sit here, celebrate for years on top of years. And even in certain friend circles, I felt like they looked at me like I was weird and like something was wrong. Like, just get out and enjoy yourself. But the way in which you enjoy yourself and the way in which I enjoy myself is two different things. Does that make sense? So then,
Enjoying myself doesn't necessarily mean I have to be a walking 7-Eleven.
every minute.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm the biggest advocate for do what you want to do with your vagina, and I don't think anybody should be judged for it. But if, like, you know, I mean, I'm sick and tired of this man body count thing.
And it's actually immature.
But I got some really interesting comments on TikTok. If we get a chance, I'll read them to you. But someone was just basically saying that if you got a high body count, it shows that you're kind of irresponsible with something that is the most sacred thing that is viewed. You know, woman's getting, you know, your body parts should be the most sacred. So if we look after our car or our material possessions, what we can't guard our body with care. Got that 100%. I love the way that person broke it down on TikTok. But me still saying, if you want to do what you want to do, but for me personally, I've got really high, really strong beliefs around energy. I'm an energy girl. I believe it's real. I believe you can feel it. I believe that it can be transmuted, and I think one of the biggest ways that it can be transmuted is via sex. So I try to be very careful, and I've had catastrophic results with, you know what I mean, letting the wrong demon into your life. So, you know what I mean, your spirit says, don't do it. It's shiny. And then it ends up just being catastrophic. So, you know what I mean?
Like Romania.
Say nothing. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, there are definitely expectations I've been made to feel weird. I've been called a lesbian because there's no man drama. I'm not in no man
Yes.
drama. So she must be a lesbian because we don't. Who she's sleeping with? We don't know who she'll sleep with. So she
Yeah.
must be a lesbian. I remember it used to really offend me. Like, if I was a lesbian, do you think I wouldn't care? You think
Yeah.
anyone could tell me anything about being a lesbian? I'll cuss
Yeah.
off everybody, including family members. Don't tell me nothing. But I'm
Yeah.
not gay. I'm a celibate. What is wrong with that? But
You're
you get a lot of
energetically selective, mate. Very
Sorry?
relaxed. You're energetically selective.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't really want to feed into the narrative of because your beliefs are your reality. Is what it shapes your reality. So I'm not saying that there ain't no men out there. I just haven't been actively looking. But
Yeah.
if I meet someone that I actively like, then yes, we will court, we will date, and then we will bust it open. But until then,
Retire.
until then, leave me be. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not weird. But even your own friend circles make you feel like
Yeah.
that. So, and I've had to sit in that.
Yeah.
As I've had to sit in that. I think what you said about work. I've always had entrepreneurial sort of expectations and always hustling and doing something, but the indoctrination of working for stability very 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 deep, and it took a really atrocious experience at work for me to say, "Do you know what? I'm never going to work for anybody again," and to jump fully into my business and to now have faith in my own ability. And it's a shame that it's taken me to get to 50 to do that, but
Yeah.
I'm doing. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. 100%.
How about you, Shal?
Rosemary,
Sorry.
me. Sorry, I was
I
going to
was
say
going to
Rosemary.
read your comment first and then say it.
Yeah, Rosemary Gabidon 4132 said expectations from the plate we were served. As we get older, we scrap the plate from what does not serve us.
100%. And I think we will find that what I've come to realize is that, like I said earlier, who's setting the standard? We're all trying to reach this standard. No one wants to be the odd one. No one wants to be, and we're all trying to set the standard. But who's setting the standard? Society. Have you seen the state of society?
Of society
Please
right now.
do your thing, your way. If it looks odd because the majority or society is not usually how they do it, fuck that. You've got to get to the point where you're just comfortable and, like I said, trusting in doing what you do. So all these benchmarks that society or whoever else has been placed on you, it's fake. Like, do you know it's as fake when they say that the world is something trillion in debt? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah. Who's the debt to?
Someone said, who's the world in debt to? The Decepticons. And I fucking died. It's not real. Like, all these things, they're just structured to kind of keep us bounded and kind of
in the matrix. Yeah,
you've got to do your thing.
Definitely.
You've got to do your thing. Let me come off here now and go to Facebook.
All right. So, in the letting go section, what was the hardest thing for you to personally release?
Like, I've got to forgive myself a bit. Like, my face will never tell you what I'm thinking, but I'm very hard on myself daily, hourly, minutely. Do you get what I'm saying? There's always that critic in my head to me. There's always things that I kick myself for that I can't fucking take back. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like I can live in it. So I got to let go of the person that was there making all of them decisions. Just let go of that. Yes, you did that. You lived like that. You did this. You did that. Whatever. But you know what? That's not where you are. That's not where you are right now. And so letting go. I think for some of the things I've been through, I've really struggled to forgive myself for, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So letting go of that, letting go of my kind of, what is that when someone that's there to reprimand you all the time, letting go of that person that does that to me.
Disciplinarian.
Yeah, the disciplinarian in me that just constantly telling me all the bad things that have happened and stuff like that. And, you know, why? It
Yeah.
happened. Do you know what I mean? So just kind of letting go of holding on to guilt and shame and embarrassment and cringe and all of that.
Yeah.
Shedding that is hard.
I asked a question today in the group.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance? How do you detach? I said, who do you detach? But I meant, how do you detach the hurt feeling from the memory? So he said, memories stop you repeating previous mistakes. You, this was from Wesley Travis. You eventually get over the hurt. If you're emotionally mature and you're able to separate your emotions from the issue and use understanding approach, viewing the situation as opportunity to grow helps. So he's basically saying just separate the emotion from it and look at whatever the situation is and use it as an opportunity to grow. So I thought that was interesting and a really
Yeah.
good piece of advice. Really.
Yeah.
So what about you, Shasha? Because you was going to say something, and then I made you read a comment, and then we skipped. So
Sorry. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
On this question, yeah. What's the hardest? Grief.
Yeah.
Grief. I've had to. Yeah. Before I get a bit emotional, yeah, it's hard. It really losing a mum who is your world. First thing you think of, seeing that you're the person who brought you into this world, literally disappear in front of you, still being strong, still fighting for you, still thinking about you, is hard. And when it's just as you said, Natalie, when you're in your head, you're thinking, am I supposed to be feeling certain things? You think you're going crazy, but when you really think about it, it's allowing yourself to cry, to think about certain things.
Face it.
Yeah, and I don't like change. Change is not really something that I take too well with, especially when I've got used to something. Like, just leave it as it is. So for me, having my mum for 38 years, yeah, 39 years, and then to not be there. I never imagined her not being there when I turned 40, her not seeing
Yeah.
me when I got by my own house, So yeah, that is hard. And for the first time I made a decision. I'm always, every year I keep saying the same thing. Oh, I'm gonna get her clothes donated, and when it comes to it, they come, Miss Samuel, are you still ready? No. But yeah, I'll call you back. But when I think about it, I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and I'm like, you need to let go. What are you holding on to her things for? You've already got what you want. So what is there there isn't anything? She's not coming back. So that's something that I am going to do, and it's been on my to get sorted out, to just release. I'm not a
Well done.
yeah. It's hard.
Big thing, man. It's a big
It's
thing.
hard
It's
because
not even a small thing.
I don't want to feel like I'm forgetting her, but then
Never
I know
will.
that I'm not forgetting her because I can't. you know,
Yeah,
I'm
you'll never forget her.
do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's hard. It takes
Yeah.
me a while to release. It does. It takes me a hell of a long time because I hold on like a bulldog. No, I'm not. You're not going nowhere. But or I feel like that guilt, and I'm not feeling that guilt anymore. Do you know what I mean? I have to.
Mhm.
The last 2 years, like I said to Trish, I couldn't be around anyone's mum. I didn't want to be around anyone that was really too happy. Because it was painful.
Of
But
course, yeah.
yeah, it's like somebody who's lost a child. They don't want to be around somebody who just had a baby or not. But it's taken me, 5 years to be comfortable and doing that and being happy and, just because I know my mum was a happy go bubbly person.
Mhm.
I know deep down I can't stay in this rut because that's what
Yeah.
you feel like in a rut. I want to go forward. But I don't know how to. Where do I
Mhm.
start? But it's time.
You're
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah,
Time,
it's getting there.
with time,
Absolutely.
everything kind of progresses and heals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
sugar
yeah.
plum.
And it's like I see it like when you got to let go of something. It's that hard pill to swallow. Like, it's just stuck here. You know what I
The
mean? It's just like
biggest.
stuck here. But once you swallowed it,
Yeah.
do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
so I just think that a lot of us is hard, and I think do what you need to do, but also don't put pressure on yourself either.
No.
You've just got to be ready
Because
to.
even like before Christmas,
Mhm.
I was just getting this pain, like this proper pain in the middle of my chest. Like it was like somebody's poking it.
Mhm.
And just a lot of anxiety, like, okay, battling with myself. You
Mhm.
need to move forward, but I don't want to. You need to move, but I don't want to.
Mhm.
And I tell you something, don't get that pain no more. The more I've just breathe and just burst that balloon, like
It's
Mhm.
just let
acceptance.
go. Yeah, it's just like my whole body has just changed. I'm able to relax. Like you're all right. You're
Mhm.
good. You're enjoying yourself. Do that because that's what life is about. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, do you know what I mean? And as much as it's like even as she said with the New Year's, I don't respond a lot, but I do listen to what people say, and it makes sense. Our loved ones are here. That they're always going to be here in me.
Mhm.
You know, my loved ones, my mum always going to be here in me. But at the same time, I don't want to be having to go for each day crying. Okay, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry yourself to sleep. Go to bed with a headache. Wake up with a headache, and still be in the same position. So
Mm.
just smile. And this year, I was just like when the anniversary came, I just smiled.
Yeah.
I picked up Trisha's card. I lit a candle for her, and I just smiled. And I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah. So that's mine.
But,
Mm.
and I think so with grief. Do you know what it is as well? Like the best way I can think to describe grief is that this is an unimaginable, like unbearable, chaotic, confusing, like traumatic
Yes.
It's traumatic. It is traumatic when you lose loved ones.
bag
Hmm.
of emotions that number one is forced on you. This is not something you
Hmm.
can choose. Grief is forced on you, and it's
Yes.
something you can't escape once you're in
Yep.
grief. Right. So what it is, as well as dealing with like those bag of emotions, you're
Hmm.
also feeling like you're suffocating from it. Because when
Yep.
it's something that you can't fix, you can't run away from, you can't hide,
Hmm.
feel like you literally feel like you're gonna feel like it's suffocating you.
Yeah.
It's just an all too overwhelming mixed bag of so many different things, and I
Way
think
too
that's
much.
why everyone's like this with it, because once grief is there, it's not something that can just it's not one of them things that can just be fixed. It's just how you live alongside it, not get rid of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. Next question. What do you hope women feel the moment they open this journal?
Safe. And guys have bought it as well.
Come
That's
on.
good.
Yeah.
As they
They
should.
should.
A few
As
guys,
they should.
well, yeah, a few guys have clicked through. So,
As
you know,
everybody well should.
yeah, a few guys have bought it as well. But I want everyone who opens it to feel safe.
Mhm.
I want them to feel heard. I want them to do it without shame.
Mhm.
And I want them to think my normal is normal. Like, this is my life. This is what it is. And that's it. Like, there's no excuses. There's no explanations. This is what it is. This is what has been. This is where I am now. This is what I want.
Yeah.
And to do that unapologetically.
Out loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keo Shiler has said grief changes you for life. There are layers like acceptance as well as the obvious ones like pain, and I don't think it gets easier. I think it just slaps you less frequently. That I agree with. You learn to manage it more easily.
Mhm.
It doesn't get easier. You still, certain things you just don't forget.
Yeah.
Jack Jack4785 says the thing is everyone has to go through it. I lost my grandmother over the new year and the pain is immense. Also,
So
I feel you, Charlene.
sending love.
Condolences, love.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not nice. Like I said, it's something where you're not given the choice or the option. It's a choice that's been taken away from you. It's out of your control. It's forced upon you, and it's like, look, you have to deal with this emotion that is forced upon you that you didn't ask for, and now you have to figure out the best way to deal with it.
Like
unfair, almost. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is very wicked. But like you said, I think that's one thing with human beings. We don't realize how adjustable, how elastic we are.
Resilient.
Yeah. But we really learn to live alongside things. If we had an apocalypse right now and we had zombies living among us, give it a few years, we'd be living among us, and we'd be getting on with it. Do you get what I'm saying? We just adjust to things, and I think how you manage that is just dependent on the person, where they are, how they want to manage it. Do you know what I mean? Some people don't want to move on.
No.
They think they are in a place where that was my life. There's not really. I've heard people say to me that have lost. There's not, after that happened. There's not really nothing after for me now. Like, what's the point? What's the point of anything? Because they're not here. So
I remember feeling that way when my mum was sick, and they said to me to prepare for the worst, because obviously I'd lost all of my brothers. So all three of my brothers have died. My dad's died, and the only immediate family member I have left is my mum. So you was with me during that time, Nat, and I was in bits. I was fucking not my mum, because everybody knows my mum's my chargy boy. Yeah, my mum, you know what I mean? That's my chargy boy. So I remembered saying, I even thought of suicide. That was one of the first times I had suicidal thoughts, where I was like, well, boy, if she dies, then what have I got? I've got no kids, I've got no man, I've got no immediate family left. Might as well done. But nothing's gonna ever prepare me for the death of my mum, should she go before me. But I would like to think that I would be stronger in mind, spirit, and just stronger in mind, spirit, and my heart to move forward. And I think that would be if I could survive that, there's nothing in this life that can knock me down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're already doing it, Shasha. So you know what I mean? Bless you. I didn't have the best relationship with my dad, but when he died, I was broken. It finished me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's half of your existence that's gone. So, but I think just accepting that death is not something you can control. There's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. So releasing the fear of that was something that I had to learn to let go. And I still haven't done it fully, but I'm a lot. I used to be riddled with anxiety and fear around that, especially when when my brothers died and then when my mum got sick,
Yeah.
paralyzed, heart wrenching fear. But you can't live like that. There's nothing you can do. Like, there's absolutely nothing you can do, and you're gonna have to just cross that bridge when you get to it. So yeah. All right. Next question. How has your definition of success changed now that you're in the middle?
I think I did a post on, I don't know, last Thursday.
Right.
And I said, funnily enough that you asked that, I said in the post, like 85 babies, 86 babies, anyone that's in their 40s or older, or anyone approaching 40s, what is your priority right now? And my priority and success for me is a happy family, having happy kids, a regulated nervous system. Literally, a regulated nervous system, and just, it sounds so cliche, like peace and whatever. Anyway, we come back every day. So I put this out. I just said, what is your everyone that's like in this time of life, what's your priority right now? And I've got over like nearly 2,000 comments, right? And you know that nearly every single one of them said peace.
Yeah.
And even if they said financial stability or anything else, they said peace. They said peace and health. They said peace and health. They said peace and money. They said, I think everyone just wants, like, money's great, 100%. I want to build wealth. I want to thingy, but I need peace. I need it. I need a regulated nervous system. Like, you can't function properly with all the money in the world without it.
Yeah.
And I found it so strange that it's all of these people. It's still going now. I'm still getting notifications for it now. All these people, I've got about 2 or 3 people that said, fuck that, money, can't do nothing without money. Yeah, I want money. Everyone else has said peace. And I'm like, everyone is just tired. They want the same thing.
Tired of being sick and tired, mate. Yeah. Kate Charla, hey, gorgeous pie. She said, thank you for the recommendation. Journaling is a powerful form of therapy, and it's guided shadow work. Look forward to grabbing a copy. We're gonna put the links everywhere. Links in this comment for it. In fact, Natalie, you can chuck it in.
I'm shy about this.
Why?
I almost don't feel qualified. It's just literally my little thoughts. So my little thoughts, that, remember, in my head, I'm a madman. That's how I'm putting that out and then giving it to the audience, like, kind of does make my bum clench a little bit. Like, makes me I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I'm always putting you in uncomfortable positions. I'm surprised you're still around me, because we are the exact opposite. She's all over the place in terms of work. I'm methodical. She's she's an introvert. I'm not an introvert, and we just mesh. But you always come along for the ride. I give you that.
And listen, I said this year I'm going to do everything that I'm uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when I stop. When it gets too uncomfortable, because I've got enough to deal with already. I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I don't like this feeling of anxiety, because that's what I realize. I get anxiety.
Yeah.
Big bad man like me. But I get anxious about things, and this is where trusting myself and my abilities and in my own voice really has to come in, because the book's out there and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? So it's just so when you said, should we do for No Bravado, I was like, okay. So, but I'm glad
Yeah, man,
because
time. It's
yeah,
time. It's time. It's time for us as Black women. Just forget the Black women. Just as people,
hmm
everybody who is sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's time to make an honest shift. You're not going to do that if you don't know yourself. You're not going to do that if you don't do the work. We're literally coming towards the end of the year of the snake, which is all about shedding cycles that no longer serve, and thought patterns that no longer serve. I recently had a situation where I ran into someone that I haven't seen in a long time, and I felt like I regressed to the 18, 19-year-old that I was during that time. Like, so it's time for me to, like, I forgot all about her. I've been running and getting on with my life and doing my thing. And
yeah,
then got faced with like a mirror,
hmm
and suddenly, like, shit, there's a few things that I might need to heal and
hmm
let go. I've been writing letters, I've been working on the journal
hmm
and writing letters to situations and things that I know just don't want to carry. Like, I think 25 was a really good year for me. I'm hoping 26 is even better.
hmm
25 was a great year. It was like a reset, and really started to get into myself and to grow into myself. But then I'm like I keep saying it, I'm the happiest I've been in the longest time. But then situations that might just occur in that just recycle in your head. So that's why I was asking the question, that I'm nowhere near as emotional as I was when I was in that particular cycle or that
yeah,
particular situation, but it still comes up in your head. Um, how do you remove it safely? Does that make sense? And I think getting it
Yeah.
out in terms of writing and just purging it out is one of the, like, as Kayoshala said, it's
hmm
one of the most powerful ways to cleanse
Yeah.
yourself of thought patterns and things that are just no longer you.
yeah,
So going back to the situation where I felt like I regressed, but I think a lot of it was shock, but I just
hmm
couldn't talk. I was just like, oh
yeah,
my God. What is happening? What is, like? I'm waiting for cameras to jump out and like this is am I being punked? Like, what is happening? Do you know what I mean? But there are things that I've done all kinds of therapy as well.
hmm
Because we all know that my temper's not set up to be like, it's just not the great. We all know that.
yeah,
And to be fair, I used to be embarrassed of my temper. I'm not anymore because I hardly lose my temper, and if I do, I didn't start no shit.
hmm
But Gen X is, we will throw hands. It's just how we're there. It's how we how we're born, how we grow. But, do you know what I mean? It's how we turn. But in this day and age, and at my age, I need to be able to control my temper. It can't run me. Does that make sense?
hmm
Yeah.
And there are, like, if I look at it honestly, like doing the book, what causes you to lose your temper? When you feel like you're backed up against the wall or being bullied.
hmm
So as much as, and I was bullied when I was younger, so as much
hmm
as I think I've dealt with the bullying, I'm still in a
Yeah.
stance where I made a vow to myself, no one's gonna ever violate me again, no one's gonna ever bully me again, no one's gonna do this and no one's gonna do that. But you
yeah,
actually don't need to operate from that energy anymore because
yeah,
you're not
Yeah.
in that space anymore.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
it makes you look
Survival
at your,
mode. Come out of
Yes.
survival. Come out of
yeah,
Survival
you
mode.
just don't need to operate like that anymore. There's some
yeah,
things, like, people are arseholes, so there are going to be some things that you need to respond to. Yes,
yeah,
but do you know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
of the
hmm
situations that I found myself in as well, like, did you need to respond? Probably not.
hmm
Um, so, it's about taking accountability and changing the
hmm
energy. Um, there's certain relationships that I've been in where I'm like, I would never allow this to happen or that to happen. And it's about, okay, yes, it's about having a standard for yourself, but where is the energy coming from? Is it coming from a place of trauma, or is it coming from wisdom and love? Does that make sense? So it's about
Mhm.
yeah,
changing the standpoint of where it's coming from, and the only way you're going to know that is if you're really honest with yourself about your traumas and where your thoughts and your patterns and your beliefs come from.
Yeah.
So, and you're only going to change your life if and get the peace that you're looking for if you can find that peace within yourself.
100%.
And a lot of us run from doing that work.
Because a lot of us are made to believe that it's something outside of us as well. It's this.
That's a lot to do with religion, I think, though.
Yeah, it's this, it's that, and if you do this and if you do that, and actually you just got to feel settled in yourself enough to kind of drown out all the noise.
Yeah. Nicholas Simpson said, I'm 54, I still have my mum and dad. Oh, bless them. Watching them grow older fills me with anticipatory grief. I get that.
I get that.
I'm going to be 54 this year and fortunate to still have my mum and dad. Watching them grow older. Okay. I think you've written that twice. You've created something for people like you. You are overqualified. Nobody wants the same old. We're all going to love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely. All going to love it.
Comments. I'm only seeing a couple from Miss Simpson. I'm not seeing nothing else. Facebook.
They're all over the place. That's the thing. So I'm on the StreamYard. So sometimes I can see it. Sometimes I can. It just depends on where they post.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there's going to be a million people out there that are just like you, that resonate with what you're saying. Like you said, you had 2,000 comments, and within those 2,000 comments, people are saying they want peace.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're all experiencing, we're all sick and tired of it now. So everybody just wants peace and quiet. And anything that interrupts that, it's gotta go. It's gotta go.
Do you know what I mean? And you know what I found very interesting about this is, when I do these posts particularly, a lot, and I mean a lot of men comment.
A lot of?
Men.
Okay.
White men, black men, Asian men, celebrities, men, coaches, life coaches. Well, and they give, out of everyone, they give the most detailed answers. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men are looking for a place to purge all this feeling. That's what I feel like I'm getting from this. One guy's commented just now: protecting my peace, maintaining my health, including my hobbies, and staying out the way. Like, he's just like, there's so many. So another guy said, my kids, my family, my wife, my peace, and my health is more important than those things.
Yeah.
No one's really thinking about other things. Some guy gave some really intellectualized answer yesterday, but like I said, there's so many comments. I can't get back to it. I can't find it because I was going to this guy's comment to read out today. Just, I would never look at a guy and think that he's thinking like that. It's so bad. Yeah. But to think that he's thinking so hard like that, because his comment was like, right, I should have pinned it.
Yeah. And that's what you've got to get used to doing, pinning them there.
He made me think. His comment made me think hard, and I was like, yeah. And when I went on his profile, and you wouldn't necessarily think he would come out with something like that. Just, do you know what I mean? Just kind of looking. But it just goes to show a lot of people, especially men, a lot of men they're not falling for it now. They're thinking deeper. Like, you know what I mean? Thinking about the bigger picture and deeper, and what their nervous system needs, what their anxieties are. Like, really honest answers. It's very interesting, and a lot from
there's a huge
America
shift
here. Yeah, huge shift. Yeah, sorry.
No, you was going to say sorry. America, what?
A lot of Americans and a lot of American and British.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about. I'm not white Texan. I'm like, are you Marga? Do you know what I mean? Kind of like, but like, really, everyone. I think it's a collective experience that everyone's
realised we're being duped.
Yes.
And this is just bullshit, and it's a setup, and we're not compromising self anymore. And I think everyone's just looking for ways of escapism out of it. Look at Miss Simpson says, peace is my absolute number one. Nothing and no one can compete with that or try to disrupt it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amen.
I saw I'll see if I can find it. I sent it to I'll see if I can find it. But it was like a meme of someone just they're walking and then they just disappear into thin air, and it said,
Oh,
this is me when when you fuck with me.
yeah. And it's that
Gone.
they
Yeah.
like shadow dust. Yeah.
Yeah. Gone. I was
Yeah.
busting up because
Yeah.
I can relate. All right. We've spoke about this. What do you feel like you no longer need to prove at this stage of life? So I'll move on to the next question. How did motherhood influence the questions you chose to include?
I think
Good question.
a lot of us, like I said, you experience, I think in life in general, a lot of people experience guilt just for living. Like you think about all the choices that you've made throughout your life, and especially as well when you're a parent, you're constantly thinking about all these kind of different things and being better for them, and it's kind of setting an example for them. And I really feel like doing that deep rooted work and asking those questions is not only for me, but it helps as you evolve through those questions. It really does help how you deal with them.
Right.
If that makes sense. Because even how I dealt with them with certain things has changed a lot.
Right.
Just over the course of, a few months to a year. So I think sometimes, being a mum, especially when they're still dependent, is it kind of infiltrates everything that you do, because your energy just takes over the house, innit?
Yeah. Because you're the leader.
Yeah.
So, and I think
fucking hell.
Like, I think my mum is brilliant. She was a flipping great mum throughout and still is. But there are definitely some things I'm unlearning. And I think being able to identify your feelings, your thoughts, triggers, root causes of anxiety, and being able to identify that just as a natural kind of way of doing it, your kids will pick up on that, and then they learn emotional intelligence from you. It's very important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, it's very important. I think you've answered this. Did creating the journal bring you any unexpected emotional clarity? But I think you've answered that.
Do you know what, as well, I would say, I think writing the journal came out of that clarity. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of internally was asking myself these questions when I was kind of going through it and stuff like that. But I couldn't kind of intellectualize it, or I couldn't articulate it properly. And I think once I had that, because obviously I didn't have the questions as in my head as that, if that makes sense. It was all a bit more waffly than that. But as things became clearer for me, it became easier. It kind of just it kind of came to me just like that. So I remember starting this journal and leaving it. By the time I got around to doing it again, I finished it the same night.
Okay.
Right.
So I left it, came back a couple of months later, finished it the same night, because by the time I'd got round to it the second time, I knew what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew what I wanted to focus on, and I knew what questions you needed to ask to get through. Even though I know that some of the questions I haven't been able to answer, I still know they're important questions that I need to focus on.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm looking for the link so I can put it in the chat. If you've got the link, put it in the chat now.
Yes.
in the group under the live. All right, next question. How do you balance vulnerability and privacy when sharing reflective work like this? Because I know you're very
Mhm.
and doing this, there's obviously a part of you that has to be vulnerable and honest about what it is that you're going through. And if I'm honest with you, because I feel I can be, I'm really proud that it's not deterred you from doing this because I know how private you are.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense? So,
I'm the old school person where you don't tell people your business, let
yeah,
alone go online and tell a whole bunch of people my business. So I don't judge people that do. Sometimes I think, good on you. But I struggle with that still to do that. And I don't think I ever will. I'm going to be honest. But
comfortable. Yeah,
I'm not going to say on this day, on the 23rd of June, this person named did this and we went there. I'm not that person. Uh,
Mm.
or this person did this to me, or I went through this with this person. Oh, not going to happen. But I will say, I've had experience of this. I know very well. I'm at a stage in my life where I just want this. I've had chaos and thingy for too long. You don't need to know the rest.
Mm.
yeah,
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not trying to be that. Not in a thingy way. Like and you know me as well. I'm not going to do anything for clicks. So I'm not going to get deeper and deeper and deeper just, to grow the following. If this isn't enough,
Tough.
because
yeah,
I would never chat my personal business on. I don't expect anyone else to on there. What I can guarantee you is that if I'm saying I've been through something, I've been through it. You don't need to know
Mm.
the details, the thingy. You know what I mean? The
That's
this,
enough
yeah,
information.
yeah, the personal information that I haven't even spoken to some people in my life about. Like, no, like there's real life at the same time, but I can share lived experience and say, you know what, I had my daughter young and I went through
yeah,
this emotion, I went through that emotion, I've made mistakes. I thingied, sometimes she gets irritated at me. Like I will definitely tether those lines. But will I go into real kind of story time? No.
right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? You're
yeah.
never going to get a story time out of me. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't believe in that. But I think I'll always be honest with you. But I would never go up to a stranger and ask them their business on the road. And I think even when I was younger, like celebs, and they used to put out a statement if they got divorced, or they put out a statement if
Mhm.
when I was younger. And I asked my mum, I always used to say, I'm never putting out a statement for people that don't live in my house. Like, you're going mad.
Yeah, yeah,
I never understood that. And I think I don't feel entitled to know everyone's business. And I feel like the message is I don't feel like I need to let people into I need my sanctuary. You know me, I'm introverted. I'm never going to be two-faced either. If I'm going through it, I'm going to tell you I'm going through it. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. I'm never going to try and do a cover-up or portray myself to be something that I'm not. But I'm not going to tell you, I went on a date last night and he tried to sleep with me, but I didn't want him to. And this, no,
yeah,
that's not my time. Like, detail is detail. So I think being honest with you, but keeping my life and my kids' life for
Yeah.
us. I want to enjoy.
protected,
Yeah, I
somewhat
want to
protected.
get
Yeah,
with someone and then have to, yeah, and then later on we break up or we're going through something and have to explain my relationship problems online. You fuck
Yes.
that, love.
yeah,
I'm never doing that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it. So I think just things like that. Just be honest about where you are. You can be honest about where you are on your journey or what you've been through without having to go through it. But if you are someone that's very open, I know that being open like that, I know a few people that are, and it helps a lot of people at the same
Yeah.
time, because to know that they've gone through exactly the same thing, like in detail, verbatim what it is. A lot of people will say they feel empowered, they feel thingy, and I respect it. But just for my personality, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I'm the same. I'm measured in what I say,
Hmm.
but I'm very open at the same time. So
Yeah, yeah.
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 Um, if the middle had a soundtrack, what three songs would be on it and why?
Money Trees from Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar, that has absolutely nothing to do with it, but it's my favorite song.
right.
And it does say, um,
That's just how I feel.
that's how I feel. And it says, love one of you bucket-headed hoes, no way. And that is so real.
So it says what?
It says, be the last one out to get this dough, no way. Love one of you bucket-headed hoes, no way.
No
And
way.
I'm not doing that. Either. And what's that song where he says, there's a song, it's an old English tune, and he's singing about the world, and I was like, rah, it's so true. But Jamiroquai,
Yeah.
he's got two. So he's got Stop It Going On, there's that song, and Virtual Insanity. If you actually listen to the words
Yeah.
of Virtual Insanity, I love those as well. And what other song? This sounds so pop, this playlist, yeah, but it's lyrically, and it's Lily Allen, The Fear. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys have heard it,
I haven't.
and she made this years ago, and I always loved the tune. And my mum said, "What do you like about that tune?" She just didn't understand. It's not like nothing I listened to, so
Right.
she didn't understand the correlation. But I don't know if you get the lyrics up or whatever. What she's saying then is so ahead of her time for now.
Right.
She's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How am I supposed to feel? What's right? What's real? What's wrong? What's right? I'm supposed to, the way society is, I'm supposed
What is
to
it called? The Fear?
the fear, yeah. I want
Yeah,
lots of
go on.
clothes, I want lots of money. I don't care about clever, I don't care about funny. Like all the important things, we're living in a world where none of them things are important. Like she doesn't basically saying, I don't know how to navigate in this world. I don't know how I'm supposed to.
Feel.
Yeah, it's really.
I
I
want to be rich. Yeah, I want to be rich and I want lots of money. I don't care about clever. I don't care about funny. I want loads of clothes and fuck loads of diamonds. I heard people die while they're trying to find them. I'll take my clothes off and it will be shameless because everyone knows that's how you get famous. I'll look at the sun. I'll look at the mirror. I'm on track. Yeah, I'm on to a winner.
It's all
I don't know what.
sarcasm, by the way.
Eh?
It's all sarcasm. She's
Yeah,
saying
she
it.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know what's right and real anymore. And
yeah,
I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore. And when do you think it will become clear? Because I'm
yeah,
being taken over by fear. Bloody
yeah,
hell. She was a, yeah. Life about film stars and less about mothers. It's
yeah.
all about fast cars and cussing each other. Wow. But it doesn't matter because I'm
I'm
packing plastic.
fantastic.
And that's what makes my life so fucking fantastic. And I'm a weapon of massive consumption. And it's not my fault, it's how I'm programmed to function. I look at the sun and I'll look in the mirror. I'm on the right track, yeah, I'm on to a winner. I don't know what's right and I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore. And when do you think it will become clear? Because I'm being taken over by fear. Forget the guns and forget the ammunition because I'm killing them all on my little mission. Now I'm No, now I'm not a saint, but I'm not a sinner. But everything's cool as long as I'm getting thinner. Yeah. I don't know what's right and I don't know what's real anymore. And I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore. And when do you think it will all become clear? Because I'm being taken over by fear. Yeah. And it becomes clear when you, yeah, it becomes very clear when you have an understanding of where your fear based thoughts come from.
Yeah.
Very interesting and real and can reality to everything and can relate to everything you're saying. Good to talk.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Angela.
Angela. Thank
Angela
you.
Sinclair. It's our little Angie that comes to all of our Black Excellence events that we just love up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who it is. All right. Next question.
That's a good question. You had to put music in there. You cracked me up.
You know I love music.
I
And like
literally-
even as I just said that, I've heard Mary J. Blige in my head saying, and you know I love music. And when I hear it, it makes me hot. It makes me wanna woo,
Woo!
and like my whole mind is a soundtrack. It's wild. When me and Charlene's driving and I'm singing the lyrics to the song, she's just botting up because she's like, you can't remember what you went downstairs for, but you remember the song, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
We got a cheat.
okay. Do you know what I mean? What do you want people? We're not going to say women because, as you said, men have bought this, and I'm glad that they are. What message do you want people to take with them after completing this journal?
Stop beating yourself up.
End.
Yeah.
No,
That's it.
no further explanation required. Yeah.
Beating yourself up.
You describe yourself as a mum, creative, and life juggler. How do those identities shape the way you show up in your 40s?
As I think in the journal, you guys have seen that I speak a lot about pace and slowing
Right.
down, and I think now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, stop rushing around. Stop. So doing all of these things now in my 40s has made. It's more that my 40s have shaped the way that I do these things, how I show up. With all of these, I think I'm learning to do what I can, and kind of just slow down so that what I do, I can do it in full entirety, and so that I can just think straight.
Yeah.
I can't think
Yeah.
straight.
Get better results.
Yeah, 100%.
Shall I ask the next couple of questions, please, love?
Yeah. What does peace look like for you right now, and how has that changed over the years?
Honestly, I feel like peace for me right now is doing things that sit right with me. You know, something we don't want to do. I literally did something about this the other day, and I said one thing I've never ever. My no has never been as serious as it has been this year. Like the 40-year-old no is very different to the 39 and lower no. Like, you know, when you say no, nothing, like you mean it in your with your heart. Just like doing things that literally. One thing I have learned: you've got to do what aligns with you. Of course, it's not realistic in life to do where you do things that only sit well with you. That's not life. We all have to do things we don't want to do. We've got to do our taxes. No one wants to do that. You get what I'm saying? We've got to do certain things. To purposely go out and just do things that don't align with you, or go to places that you don't want to just because you don't want to miss out. Or do you know what I mean? Or put yourself in an awkward position, or put yourself in situations that you shouldn't, because you don't, you know what I mean? You don't want to let this thing down, or you're not doing that.
Yeah.
And I think peace is being sure about your own voice and what you're saying, what you're thinking, and what you're what you're doing and not taking things on like there's going to be 1,000 dickheads. There's going to be a million, but there's going to be 1,000 dickheads. And you just can't take that on. You can't let the lack of other people's peace come and mash up yours. Protect. When people protect your peace, I just, oh my gosh, it's so cliche. Protect your peace. Do you know what I mean? It's so fluffy. Like I can't. But it's so true. Like I think as long as you don't not taking things on, like okay, cool. I've told you to show many times. You know who I'm talking about, and I feel like they're testing my gangster in the past. I don't respond like that, and I have a point to prove. Like back in the day, I would be like, no, because you're not gonna think you can whoop me. You're not gonna think that you can take the piss out of me. I don't care if you think you can whoop me or if you think you've got one over.
Fine.
And I found that even if I'm irritated in that minute, literally after that minute, I'm done. It leaves me, but I'm not pent up. I'm not. And I think once I realized that, I stick to that. Like, because you can't beat that feeling of not being permanently frustrated.
Someone just messaged me privately and said, wow, this is hitting home. I didn't realize how much I've been carrying into my 40s that I never questioned this conversation is needed.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
I'm so pleased.
Right. What still matters to you now that didn't matter as much in your 20s or 30s?
Oh my gosh. I think it's gonna. Oh my gosh! I feel like a broken record, but regulated. Like I said, just a regulated nervous system, lack of anxiety, and just feeling grounded. I feel like I've been floating all over the place for so long. Just that moment where I feel like grounded. I don't want to float again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think keeping to this feeling and kind of keeping to that, so that even I still listen. I can write this thing and then now I don't feel shit anymore ever. I didn't write this thing and then I didn't go through what I went through and then now everything's like a magic wand and I don't have feelings and I don't feel all over the place or I don't feel like I'm regressing. No, but it's like now I just don't stay there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I understand it. And I understand it's a moment. And I understand that I'm allowed. I think the reason why you stay there is because you spend all your time fighting it. So when you're in a battle, so much time's passing whilst that battle's happening. Have you ever heard of a quick war? Never. Never. That Ukraine thing's still going. So imagine the battle within yourself. As soon as I started to feel shit, I would literally start fighting it. I ain't got time for this. I can't be down. I can't be out. I can't take a minute. I haven't got it. If I let myself feel down, I'm gonna be down and out. Like that's it. When I realized the real work was like, actually stop fighting it. Yeah. Allow yourself to feel and then learn from it each time and just understand this is gonna happen. I think when I started understanding, you know what, this is going to happen sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna make sense of it. Sometimes you ain't. But it's a period in time. It's not my whole, do you know what I mean? It's not my whole story. What was the question? I forgot what we was even talking about. I waffled too much.
What still matters to you now that
didn't matter too much sorry. So just staying grounded and just
how are you grounding yourself now? What are you doing differently to ground yourself?
Honestly, like I said, I have a lot of not in a good Maze hospital kind of way, but I do have a lot of conversations with myself.
Good Maze.
Yeah, I am trying to do like a walk, like small things like that. I'm reading. now. Still not as much because I genuinely am knackered. Yeah. So I don't have as much time, but I'm starting to read. And I'm praying a bit more. And I'm having, well, I'm saying I'm praying a bit more. I'm praying because I didn't pray. When I am having conversations, I'm having that they are a bit more open. If that I'm not really like just suffering in silence. But I'm not trauma dumping you. You know what I mean? I'm not like, but I'm also just being, look, this is what it is without shame. And I think I'm just doing more things that doing this journal definitely was a big step. And I think I'm just doing things that feel good for my soul and then honest about things that don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, that has been very helpful. I hate letting people down or I hate being thingy, but sometimes it can't work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no offense, it just can't. And I think sometimes just being able to be like, I can't.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and then it's done, and you create a lot of the things that we create that we have anxiety over is stuff we created. We fabricate and these anticipations, and then create this anxiety to go with it.
Yeah.
So stop doing that. And sometimes I can feel myself doing that, and I'll stop myself.
Okay.
Doing that. Yeah.
It's good that you know when it's coming on and you're able to manage it without you going there back into a place that you don't want to go, because some people, there's no coping mechanism for them.
Yeah.
You know, there isn't any coping mechanism at all. So yeah, that's good.
I did do therapy last year, summer. It was trash. I'm not gonna lie. So I think towards the end, when we had the Black Excellence thing, we obviously, we're connected with our fabulous counsellor that we've got, therapists that we know. And so I do want to as well start. I feel like I'm in a good place to start. Do you know what I'm saying? Working with that person as well and just sticking with it. I feel like I'm at a place where I can do it and see it out. I feel like I'm at a place where when I don't want to do it, I'll do it still. Whereas before I used to do it bad with her, because when I spoke to her, she just got it. Just from me saying a few words, she spoke everything I was feeling. From me saying just a few sentences, and I was like, this is the one.
Yeah,
right?
She's my therapist.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm in a strong position to do it without flopping. I feel like I'm in a strong position to do it and keep going even when I don't want to. If I don't, like, I'm going to have days I don't want to talk, because I get introverted as well. Like, I don't want to speak to her.
She's not conventional anyway.
Yeah.
So if there are those days where you don't want to, it's not 50 minutes, and it's not that at all. She's very, very flexible. Because conventional, I've done a lot of therapy, like I said, from grief therapy, because I've always had. I think you guys know that I'm very self-reflective, and I'm always pulling myself apart. And I don't want to pull myself apart without purpose. I want to grow and I want to be a better person. So I've always kind of been open to therapy. Even though in our house, in our family, therapy what? That's I told yourself, you know what I mean? Therapy, your backside.
What do you mean, blood? Like, what do you mean, blood, about therapy?
It's not like nonsense. Sit down and tell people your problems, and then what happens after that? There's mental clarity. It's just all about getting the right therapist. So, I think we have got a very bad habit of not looking after our mental health. Yesterday, I was going on a walk, and like doing what started off as a fupa challenge has now started off as a good way for me to think and to like just release thoughts to the wind that I don't want. Literally, it's like becoming part of my mental health regime, doing this 10,000 steps a day as well.
Yeah.
And I was walking to Stoke Newton because I needed to go get something from there. So I just used that as part of my walking regime. And there was a guy, black guy, young, good-looking boy, and he looked very anxious and very stressed. He was running towards me, and then he stopped, and then he looked around and he ran, and then he stopped, and then it's like he changed his mind. Then he ran, and then he stopped. And I said, "Are you okay? What's happening?" And he was like, "I've got mental health." And I said, "Okay,
Okay.
what's happening?" And it's just, I just feel anxious, and people are trying to bring me down, and people are jealous, and where I come from, and it's difficult, and I've got no one to talk to, and there's no support system. Literally stood and had I've got his number. I should call him later, well, tomorrow, and see how he's doing. We had this conversation, and in that moment, I realized, freaking hell, like, I've said this many times, like when I was going through issues with work and was racially abused by somebody I just didn't expect to be racially abused by, it knocked me for six. And looking for a counsellor on NHS was like virtually impossible. Then here I am, stood face to face with this black boy that's just literally pacing the road and running up and down, and he just wants someone to say, "Stop! What's happening? Are you okay?" I stood there and I had a conversation with him for a little while, and he said, "Are you not scared of me?" And I said, "Well, if I was scared, I wouldn't stop. No, but I couldn't pass you either." We spoke, and then he was like, "I just don't know what to do." And I said, "Look, I'm not a religious person, so I don't want this to come off like I'm preaching at you. But all you got to say is, God protect me, God guide me, God take away the anxiety." Start there, just 3 sentences, and leave. And then he left, and he was like, "Can I have your number? Can I have your Instagram? Can I keep in touch? I need someone to talk to." And we got a lot of work to do, because when you started, you start great things, and I guess now we just need to finish them, because when you started next, one of the things that you said was health and social care, because community, we just don't have that. So we've got work to do, Chicky. We've got things to do, because standing there in that moment and having like a few conversations that I've had over the week, there isn't anything for our mental health, and it's just not what we look at as thoroughly as we should. So I think this is a great start. What advice would you give to women who fear entering this stage of life?
Don't believe everything you think. And I catch that. Whoever made that up. Because it's so true. I remember I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be 40. 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 And I just thought, that's old, bro. Like, I'm really 40 now. Like, I've not done this.
You're going to be 41 next month.
41. I'm going to
just
be
getting used to being 50 and 40, right? Now you're talking about the one. What is happening?
Like, let me enjoy being 40 in it. Like, I've just got there. About 41. Quickest year of my erotic life. Like, wow.
It gets quicker.
41. But I would say, like I said, don't believe everything you think. I would say to them, just embrace it. If you feel like you're not where you want to be, you've got time. Like, there's always time. You need to embrace this journey, be delicate with yourself, and just go into it. And this is the time where you need to center you. This is the time, center yourself. Because if I reckon if you don't do it, start centering yourself now, when are you going to do
it? Yeah. Shasha?
What's next for you? Another journal, a book, or something completely different? Now you're asking.
I'm just letting this. I think what's worked about this is that it was so not planned. Does that make sense? And I know you've got to have planning and structure, because I could see Trish is gonna absolutely have an angina attack, right? But I think it just came with how I felt. This came out of how I feel in this moment, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
I want to see where this journey takes me. For example, I've got a brand trip on Friday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is all from this. I just yesterday night, a guy confirmed and booked me to do a panel talk for International Women's Day.
Oh
Market,
wow.
Market Plug
Where?
in Market Plug, Edmonton.
I don't know. You
Um,
don't know. I don't know nothing.
you know Angel Yard,
You got old bubble.
you know Angel Yard near you.
Okay, near me. I know where Angel Yard is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So they asked me to do something for International Women's Day, and it's really weird. When he emailed me, he said, "We want women to no presentations, no talking at, no and we think you'd be perfect for this. We just want you to give real life balanced experiences." So there's different things that are happening, and I just where this journey takes me, whatever aligns,
You have to just go with the flow.
Mhm.
go
Yeah.
with what
Yeah.
fits right with.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I think if opportunities might come up and they might be good, but they might not align, and I'm very much so an aligned person, I won't be doing them. So everything has to kind of. I think what I've learned from this journey is that when it literally comes from your soul,
Your heart. Yeah.
yeah, and like it just works. Yeah, be kind to yourself. I think a lot of people, like a lot of
Really
people,
hard on yourself.
a
Yeah.
lot harder on yourself. And when you think about why a lot of people are miserable, some people may come across rude, some people seem uptight, some people seem
Mhm.
overconfident or basic. I don't even think it's that. I know that feeling, that inner war with yourself, and when you're beating yourself up. So whether they come off confident or thinking that, sometimes people are just in a battle with themselves, or are just really trying to come to terms with life, where life is at for them in that moment, how they're feeling about themselves. And I think it can happen in so many different ways, because I know that when I'm not feeling good about myself, I don't present well. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But you might not. But then if I tell someone, this is the thing that people always do, yeah, I haven't felt great. You?
Like you're not a human being.
Poker face is impeccable.
Yeah.
I remembered when we first sort of started to get to know each other, and one of the first conversations that we had when you was explaining to me how you felt about something, and I did exactly that. Like, what?
Yeah,
You
this
just
is
look so balanced, and even now we're like 9 years into our friendship. I think it's about 9 years now.
Yeah.
9 years deep. There's still. It's only because I know you now, but there's still sometimes where I'm like, okay.
If I tell people I'm shy,
Yes. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean?
they don't believe. When I say I'm shy, I'm very shy. No, you're not. No, you're not. I am, bro. Like, am I not?
Yeah, you're just strange
Thank
because
you. That's all I need is someone to
you say
confirm.
you're shy and you are an introvert, but you're here doing this, so it doesn't match up.
I
But only
know.
because I know you now, it's like, oh my god, she is actually having a fucking meltdown about this. But I would have never have known unless I was up close. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
So, and even when I'm up close, I still miss the cues. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
well done. I think
Thank
you've come a
you.
long way.
Oh, thank you.
And the thing is, you're helping so many other people too, and to know that men are, reaching out and buying it and giving it input, it just shows you don't have to be. Sometimes you don't have to be the same sex as somebody else to explain certain things. It's just your life, what you're experiencing, and you went with the flow. And that's a safe space for them to think, well, okay, I
Yeah.
can get this journal and answer these questions, and maybe answer another question that may come up for that question. you know, and understanding, because a lot of men say, oh, women don't understand us. It's not a
Yeah.
case of not understanding you. Men think differently from women, end of. But what you've created is not designed just for women only.
It's
It's
for
designed for
everybody.
everyone. It's a
Yeah.
blank canvas. If you want to, if this helps you, knock
Mhm.
yourself out. Do you know what I mean?
I
So
take
Yeah.
like research as well, because I think only through doing this and looking at all the comments, and then when I go on the back end and see 41% men, 52% women, I'm like, rah. Under the certain posts that they're not posts with tits out. They're not posts, you know, doing anything or looking that more
People are
time.
not interested in
They're
that.
not
Not
interested in
people
that.
who want to progress and grow.
Yeah, if they're posts that kind of are there to make you dig deep, and these men want to dig deep, and it's interesting because I never thought about them when I was doing this. I just let them
Yeah.
get on with what they're getting on with. Do you
As
get
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
absolutely. I said to a friend the other day, I don't think it's a man or woman thing. I think it's a community thing. I think everybody just needs some sort of an escapism, and if it resonates, it resonates, and if it
Yeah,
doesn't, it
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
yeah, that's what I think. But we are at 6. We've come to the end of our questions. 6 minutes past 10, and I just want to say, to both of you on the screen, you're both women that I really admire.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
think,
you.
Shasha, you have been like, I've just watched from the sidelines and been like, blood. Like, hell, you kick cancer in the groins.
You did.
You know what I mean? You're dealing with your grief. You've I don't want to say too much, but you've had another health issue that you're dealing with. Um,
Bad man forward.
just
I think,
just so gracefully, man. And I love to watch it. I love to see, because again, we're expected to be resilient, but we don't look after
yeah.
the mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So this is important. It's very important. Um, Miss Natalie, you know, I don't know how she does it. It's like, even sometimes with the kids, I'm like, all right, this is my cue, bye. When the kids start making up noise, you know, I'm
Yes.
I'm like, yeah,
I'm like, okay, bye. I'm off, yeah.
yeah.
But you're a brilliant mother, and like you said, you are very hard on yourself, and I think that's kept you stuck unnecessarily. And we've had this
Yeah.
conversation offline,
Yeah.
because I needed you to see what we see, and I think you're finally seeing it, and I'm so proud of you. It's
Oh, thank
amazing,
you.
and I'm looking forward to your growth and to seeing where this goes, and you know what I
Thank
mean, like
Yeah,
just you
Yes.
stepping into yourself, because it's time, it's
yeah.
time. So
Absolutely.
well done to you both.
And I just want to say if I had this level of support years ago, I think it
Yeah.
would have made me I would have seen things, looked at things a little bit differently, because I'm a hard head. Trisha knows I'm a hard head. So yeah, I will say your village, your support system.
Mm-hmm.
I said to an old friend before, a fence cannot stand up by itself. What are you talking about? Put a fence up by itself, see if it stands up. It needs a pole. So you can want to stand alone and do things by yourself. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. So when you have your poles side by side you, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
You know, and as much as things knock me, or things, I get over one thing, something else comes, get over something else comes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? Just breathe.
Yeah.
Life is life is always going to be full of unexpectancies, but
Yeah.
it's how you deal with it. And I've always been someone who doesn't talk, and used to that didn't want to talk and don't know my feelings, but my God, it's helped me. It's helped me.
Honestly, it's all
It,
about it's all about nervous system management.
that You know, it's I hold on tight to things like I in my head. Even up to a couple of months ago, I'd always wanted. I was myself. I look at old pictures how I used to be, and I'm trying to eat the same way and try to do this the same way. It's not possible. I have accepted. I have changed. I can't do fidgetings. I can't do a lot of sweets. My head wants it, but my body's like, "Yo, stop it." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Things change. You have to move
absolutely.
on. You're not. You're never going to be that same person. So I'm accepting. I'm learning to accept who I am, being me,
Yeah,
and forgetting about the past.
yeah,
It's never going to come back, you know. But I know that I'm
I don't think you'll
immensely
forget.
great.
I think you accept it.
yeah,
Yeah. But I'm immensely grateful for who I have in my life and me being able to just be myself and not having to put on a pretense or I can't say that, can't say this, you know. So yeah,
that's
thank you
that's
indeed.
that's another thing. Yeah, sorry, before I go, I forgot to add one thing about maintaining your peace. Stay away from people that are committed to misunderstanding you. If every time you try to translate something that you think or you feel, and it's always taken a certain, that will
Yeah,
keep you on edge. That will keep you on edge. Get rid of that.
yeah,
Like, I believe that. I truly believe that. You can't walk around like completely being misunderstood. And sometimes I think people misunderstand you on purpose.
yeah. Just to
Yeah.
beat up your energy,
Just, yeah, like, so
beat you up.
that is that is another way of regulating your peace. Like, stop explaining yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we get it. We don't.
People that know
Um,
you will know.
yeah. Rosemary said, "You have a beautiful soul. Keep going." Kay Charlotte said, "Well done,
Thank you.
ladies. It's fun as always. Natalie, you're gonna smash it out the park."
You
Yes,
are.
yes.
She
Oh,
is.
thank
Looking forward.
you.
I am
She
here
is.
for it. Boy. I'm here
I
Yeah.
can't
And I
wait.
mean,
for it,
it's not.
boy.
I just want people to disclaimer. It's not going to be a polished. Like, the journey on Instagram has been just like amazing. I got my little 8,000 followers yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I
Nice.
think I'm on 8,200 and something today.
Well, all right.
And I'm like, as it grows, I want to keep reaffirming I'm not a polished bitch.
Yeah,
I'm telling you these
That's what's getting
things.
you far.
Yeah, I'm telling you these things not out of thingy, but I'm just saying, oh, this is what popped into my head today. This is what I've
Yeah.
realized. This is what I'm thinking. But sometimes you're gonna see the parts of me that make sense, and you're gonna see the parts of me that are figuring it out. So as long as you can enjoy both, because duality is real, then
Mm,
then great.
and that's it. And the people who are on your page are going to be on your page because they love your authenticity, and the ones that
yes.
are not, they're going to drop off and be replaced with people who love your authenticity. It's just, you do it for the love and not for the likes. It just
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yes.
never want it to be a performance. I never
Yeah,
want to have to
it's not going
start
to be
performing to
performative.
keep the crowd engaged. Like, everything you see is what you get. Sometimes it's going to look, better. Sometimes it ain't, because, like I said, I'm not a life coach. I don't have it all figured out. I don't have any of it figured out. This page and this journal is me figuring it out in real time with
Yeah,
you.
but also creating a space where we can all figure it out together.
Together, exactly.
Exactly.
It's like a community
So
of, because when
yeah,
people tell me they feel like this or they feel like that, it makes me feel better as well. It makes me think, okay, I'm not going mad.
Yes.
Especially when there's hundreds of people saying this, this in the comments, and you think, okay, good. Because I thought I was going
just
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's, yeah, like, I'm not pretending to be anyone. So please don't have any kind of high moral expectations. Just take it.
And if they do offer them business, like, what you
I'm
want.
always gonna keep it 100 with you.
Yeah, buy the journal, do your own work, don't put your shit on me. End.
Yeah. I'm not taking no responsibility.
You know what I mean? Everybody's got to do their work,
I
man.
have to do the work. I had to do the work.
Yeah. Nice,
I'm
good.
still doing
It
the
doesn't
work.
stop. This is what I want you lot to know. It doesn't stop. It
Yeah.
doesn't stop. I am 10 years older than you, and I am still working on self. I'm still, you know what I mean? There's still things that will shake you to your core that make you think, shit, I thought I dealt with that. Let me go back and examine, or let me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's always a work in progress. So long as you're willing to do the work, you will progress.
And that's why it's not linear.
Yeah.
So many times I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm good. The random day I'll be watching a true crime documentary about a serial killer when I'm in bed.
I watched.
Will trigger another memory about something, nothing to do with that, and I might feel sad about something else. Like, you just don't know when things are going to hit you, and it's important to realize that doesn't mean that you didn't do the work in the first place, or the work wasn't a fast. It just means you are human, and you're going to feel up and down, and you're going to have up and downs. And like I said, as the last few generations, we've had it the worst. Like, we were promised so much if we did all of these things, and we followed it, and we've just been dealt with one blow after another blow, and everything's kind of been made difficult for us. But yeah.
No, definitely. But it's rewarding when you do the work.
It is.
It's a never ending story. And I also think that sometimes when you're leveling up, things represent themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For you to work on as well. So well done to you, ladies, I must say.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done, Shah, as well. You've got this, and honestly, you are like, sometimes I hate kind of armoring people with like, oh, you're so strong. It's not always a compliment. Do you know what I mean? Because why do they have to be? But you are. It's just a fact. And you do so well, and you've got a glow about you. Like, I've seen you over the last few years, just really I've got to know you differently, really kind of come into yourself and just enjoy your life. I like to see people who enjoy their life.
I can't say to Trish, I enjoyed life before, but I appreciate it now. There's a big difference when you're faced with death. It's not that. I was like, I just bought a house. I was so vexed, but I've learned to appreciate it. You know, not many. I've known a few people who went for the same thing and didn't come out the other end. So, you know,
just not a house. That's what the first thing you thought of.
Yeah, because I was like, I wasn't vexed. I just bought a fucking house. Are you mad? No, I'm going to live in it.
Yeah, I just bought. What are you talking about?
Right. But how much money to do up? And you're going to tell me that I'm going to? No, it's not happening.
I'm not dying. Picking up a foot in my house.
I've been trying to do this for how long? No.
Exactly. It took me 37 years, and you're going to tell me this? No, you're taking a mick. I was not impressed.
Yeah.
But no, it's a when I think of what other people have gone through in terms of symptoms and so forth, I'm like, never went through that. But yeah, I'm happy. Like I said to Trish, I'm back in my happy place. Definitely back in my happy place.
Yeah, so am I.
So
yes.
It's nice when there's like a collective feeling of that as well.
Yeah.
And that don't mean that in few months we might be in a little bit of a not a feeling place.
That's life.
No, exactly.
But we won't let it throw us.
No.
It's how you deal with it, isn't it? But life is just life. You know, some of the most atrocious things happen in life, but it's your ability to get back up.
And some of the best things come out of those. It's wild.
Yeah. Some great stuff come out of the atrocities, mate. So all right, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing it, and yes, we'll be back next week. We didn't get to chop up any topics because the conversation went on longer than I thought it would, but it was necessary and it was needed. It was a conversation. So thank you for everyone who contributed and who left comments. I've put the link to the journal in the chat, so please do go grab yourself a copy. It's reasonably priced, and it will help you. So grab yourself a copy, and we will see you next week. There's some really interesting things in the group. The group have really been showing up and showing out, boy. I love you so much. I'm telling you, like, you're the best ever. So thank you, Facebook Massive. Thank you, YouTube, for watching. And here comes, yeah, it was so interesting because here comes a troll at the end of a nice positive girl go lay down. Okay, we're about to.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Huh?
I said review.
No, go on, say it.
No, it's just asking Haywood Pittman 5832 girl go lay down. With you or your dad? Who are we talking about?
And I was listening to something. It's really interesting because I was listening to Tony Robbins, talking to Stephen, the Diary of a CEO, and he was saying, like social media and stuff, like it's really created a bunch of like people who just say wild things because they know that there's no ramifications for it. But it's also says a lot about them because they need gratification or to feel significant in that moment, and the only way that they can do it is to troll. And then it put me to think, like how sad must it be to be on social media and your sole purpose is to troll people? Like you really have no life. And it really put me to look at it differently. Like you can't even get angry at trolls. You have to just feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if come on my channel, I might ask them their mum.
No life. Nothing to go on here. You know what I mean? To come online to just shit. You know what I mean? Sitting in the dark room watching the telly with no sexual partner, nothing going on, just trolling and feeling bitter and wanking and just being an idiot. So yeah, we'll go and lie down, but in a happier place than you.
Yeah.
So with that said, good night, guys.
Thank you. I'm sorry. From Heart JC said, keep your head up and keep working. Much love to you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful show, ladies.
Lord of mercy.
God.
What have you done?
My phone dropped.
All right. Well, it's still alive.
Yeah.
Catch you up.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Good night, ladies. Bye.
Night.
Good night.